Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for coming back to me. I know it's been quite a few weeks since I've done a video, and I'm going to go through why that is. I'm going to explain everything to you, what I've been up to, where I've been, and I'm also going to put a bit of makeup on just to pass time as well. I'm off to a meeting tonight of some sort, so I thought I'd just put a little bit of makeup on and then get back in to doing tutorials for you. So if you're interested in how I got this minimal look here, please stick around and I'll get right into it for you. So we'll get right into it. I'm just gonna put my hair back. So yeah, as I was saying, the reason why I've not done a video for quite some time is because we've been going for fertility treatment, and the only thing that I could really concentrate on at the time, the medications that I was taking, some of them didn't agree with me, or I don't know, I just didn't feel like I wanted to record any videos, which is bad, I know, but I just wanted to concentrate on that one thing. So we had our fertility treatment and we are actually pregnant. I am 7.5 weeks pregnant as we speak. I'm just using you some Kiehl's Daily Concentrate all over my face. And now, one of the main things about pregnancy is hormones, and I'm getting a lot of hormonal breakouts, which is just fantastic, but obviously I couldn't care less at all, really, to be fair, if it means I'm pregnant. So as I said before, I was going to tell you a little bit more about why I've not recorded and stuff, so I thought I'd probably just get ready with you and go through step by step about what I've been doing and how we actually got to be pregnant. I've been married 3 years to my husband Michael, and as soon as we got married we both said we wanted to start trying, so we went off on honeymoon and started trying straight away, and that was 3 years ago. So we've really struggled to get to where we are today. I'm going to use Pro Coverage Girl by LA Girl Pro Coverage, sorry, and this is in Fair. So I'm going to take a couple of pumps on the back of my hand. Yeah, so like I was saying, we just started trying, and I thought I'd be one of them girls, because all of my family literally just sniffed and got pregnant, so I never thought I'd have an issue. So we started trying, and I was literally the first month testing, thinking, oh, it's going to be that month, but quite clearly it wasn't. So this went on for months and months and months, of probably just over a year, just trying to try on our own. And we went to the doctor, and they said to us, you need to be trying for at least 2 years. So I was 30 by this point, so we kept going for another 6 months just trying on our own. I was doing all the usual ovulation sticks, driving myself crazy every single month, and I think it got to about 18 months, and me and my husband were literally just pulling our hair out. So we went back to the doctors and saw a different doctor, and it was an American doctor that we saw, that was a locum at our practice, and thank God we saw him, because he actually said, yeah, the normal waiting time is 2 years, but because I'm 30, I think trying for 18 months is enough. And he said it just puts enough stress on your relationship and your body anyway, that he would refer us. So he referred us through to the fertility clinic, and we waited an age for them to get back in contact with us. It must have been another 6 weeks. So we had to pass all the criteria to get to the fertility clinic, which is the right weight, married, no previous children, non-smokers, all that, which we were all fine. So I had all the relevant tests and blood tests that I needed, so they could work out what was wrong. They couldn't work out what was wrong with me, so they decided to give me a medication called Clomide, which helps you ovulate. Now they suspected that I had polycystic ovaries, so this helps you stimulate, but having polycystic ovaries, it means you can overstimulate as well. So the first month that we had the medication Clomide, I overstimulated, and so they pulled that one from us and we weren't allowed to go ahead with it. So then I had another 5 months on Clomide, and it literally just sent me crazy. The medication just makes you feel, I was angry. I think I was like loopy with it. And after Clomide, obviously that never worked. We were offered IUI, which is basically where it's one step down from IVF, and they take my husband's sperm and they would concentrate it and take all the dead sperm out and basically make me ovulate. So I'd be on Menopur injections, and that makes you ovulate and create eggs. So they'd track my periods and my eggs, and so I'd be going in for scans every week. And then on the week that I should have been ovulating, they would scan me every day to make sure they were treating me on the day that I was actually ovulating. So then they would find the day that I was ovulating and then inject my husband's sperm into my womb, so it would arrive at the same time as my egg came down. So we had 3 rounds of that, and that never worked. So this was, I started IUI last October, and I finished my last round in February, just gone. So that's a long process, and obviously I think we had 3 of them, and you're still getting the negatives every month. So we opted to go for a round of IVF. Now where I live, get 1 round of IVF free with our healthcare, whereas some people in England on the NHS will get 3 rounds. So we were in the bad catchment area of just having 1 round of IVF funded. So we were like panicking, thinking we're only going to get 1 round of IVF, and they say that 3 rounds of IVF is the normal success rate to actually get pregnant. And I was just thinking, God, I've had this many months of negative tests, there's no way just like the first round's gonna work. So I was doing months and months and months of injections every day, multiple injections every day, and it was like a month of down regulation where they have to shut your system down. They basically just put you into menopause, which is amazing at 32. Yeah, I'm 32. So you'd got the same symptoms as of someone going through the menopause, which is night sweats, headaches. Yeah, it just wasn't a pleasant experience. So now I've got a taste of the menopause, I'm not really keen to get to that age to go through it again and go through it for months and months and months. I only did it for 1 full month. And then once you reach menopause, they check you to make sure you've gone into menopause, and then they give you stimulation injections. So they basically manipulate your system and your ovaries and everything to create the eggs that they want you to create. So they basically make your ovaries grow like balls of grapes, and you can literally feel like 2 balls of grapes on either side of your body. It's really weird. So we were on stimulation for about 2 weeks, and I went in for a scan, and they said, oh, you've created about 30 eggs. So we went in for egg collection, and I was expecting to come out with about 30 eggs. So I went to sleep panicking like hell that I'm going to be awake, because I've never been put to sleep before, so I never knew what to expect. So the anaesthetist, funny story, the anaesthetist put me to sleep, and then obviously I woke back up an hour later after the procedure, and I told my mum, who came with me as well, and my husband, that I'd had this funny conversation with the anaesthetist, that he was giving me milk to put me to sleep, which was what Michael Jackson had, and that I didn't want him to kill me, like Michael Jackson died on this thing. And we were having this funny conversation about he's just giving me milk to go to sleep and he's not trying to kill me. So I'd really thought I'd had this conversation with him, and then the anaesthetist came in, and I said to him, I've told my mum and my husband about the conversation that we had about Michael Jackson, and he just looked at me like I was crazy and said, I've no idea what you're talking about. So yeah, I looked kind of off my tits at that point. So that's the day I had my eggs collected, and then they said they collected 14 eggs, which was half as much as what I was expecting, so I was gutted. But I thought 14 eggs, like the normal ratio is half and half to the amount of embryos you're going to get. So I thought 14 eggs, 7 fertilized embryos, and then 3 to 4 that will make it to transfer day. And so we waited till transfer day, and they told us that we only had one embryo that was viable, but it was a good one, obviously, because I'm pregnant. So they transferred it back in, and we had to wait 2 weeks to wait and see if we were pregnant, and we were told just to do a pregnancy test at home. So we waited like 12 days, I think, and we tested at home, and the pregnancy test came back a blazing positive straight away. I kind of knew I was, I just had like a feeling, and I kept saying to my husband, like, we need to be positive because I really think I am pregnant, and he was just worried, I think, that it wasn't going to happen for us because we'd had that many, you know, setbacks and knockbacks, so it had not actually worked, but this time it did work. So yeah, we're 8 weeks, nearly 8 weeks pregnant. We were at Nurture Fertility Clinic, and they've been fantastic with us, to be fair. They're literally, when you want to get in contact with them, they'll speak to you. Or if they can't speak to you there and then, they'll ring you back the same day. They're really good with the patients, and I honestly can't thank them enough for even getting us to where we are now. Obviously we're still on tenterhooks about what's going to happen, and hopefully, well, it is going to work out, but you know, we're not really telling loads of people, although I'm telling everybody on YouTube. I've only got a few members of my family on YouTube who already know, and I think we're going to wait until we're 12 weeks to tell anybody else. But I thought it'd be quite a nice idea to document my pregnancy and record the stages and symptoms and everything. I don't know whether it's something some of my other YouTubers would be interested in, so that I could incorporate some updates in my videos that I'm going to be doing, and I thought it'd be quite nice for me to look back on as well, you know, to see how I got on. What I did decide to do is, because with all the medications that I was on trying to get pregnant, quite a few of them had steroid type medications in them, and I've gained weight really easily. Obviously, partly my own fault for eating crap as well, but some of the medications do make you gain weight, and I've probably put on 2 stone since trying with fertility. So I don't want to get massive while I'm pregnant, and I actually want to lose some of the 2 stone that I've put on trying to get pregnant. So I've joined Slimming World, which is like Weight Watchers in the UK. We do have Weight Watchers as well, but Slimming World is, you know, because Weight Watchers quite a good run for its money, and I've already lost half a stone of the 2 stone that I put on anyway, so we're definitely on the right track. And I've been discharged from the clinic because we've had our 7-week scan, which I'll get a little picture put in here so you can see the little bean, the little sticky bean as we call it at the minute. Now we've had a healthy heartbeat and a healthy measurement, and everything looks okay at the minute. We've been released from Nurture, and I'm going to go to my own midwife, so I've registered with a midwife, and I'll be seeing them next week and going through all my weight and things that they suggest. I've got to get a few other things checked from previous surgeries and stuff that I've had, just to make sure everything is going to be okay we're carrying this child, which I'm sure it will be. We just want to make doubly sure that everything's fine. I'm just going to use a bit of that blusher highlighter there, just on the same brush. So sorry if this is a bit like mishmashy. I've not recorded for over probably a month and a half, I think, 2 months. So I'm just getting back into the swing of things. I've not really done my makeup for a long time either, because my skin's been so irritated and so sensitive. I've tried to stay away from makeup because my skin definitely reacts to a lot of makeup, and I don't want anything more than I can prevent. I love this palette. I think it was one of the last videos that I did on this, and it's so nice, and it sets your makeup beautifully as well and just gives you that really nice radiance to your skin. I'm just going to use a bit of Milani blush in Luminoso. So I'm quite excited to go and see my midwife. Obviously it's like the next stage in the pregnancy, and I'm sure she'll give us lots of hints and tips and things of stuff we shouldn't and shouldn't be doing. If you've got any tips about pregnancies that if you've been through or you just know, please leave a comment down below, because to be fair, this is the first time I've done it and I haven't got a clue. I'm still learning about the foods I'm meant to be eating, what I'm not meant to be doing. So yeah, any tips or hints would be great, and you know, comment down below about your stories. If you've had any issues with fertility, you're definitely not alone. And I've definitely figured out that I'm not alone, because I've joined a few groups online, like forums and things, keeping in touch with other women that have gone through IVF. And there were, I think the week I had my IVF, there was 6 other girls in the same group, and I was the only one that successfully got pregnant. So I am 100% lucky, and know how lucky I am, because all the other girls, it didn't work out for them. A couple of them thought they were pregnant, and then they ended up getting chemical pregnancies, which is just awful, where you actually think you are pregnant, you get the symptoms of being pregnant, you get the positive tests, but it just fades away into nothing. So I just can't imagine that now, thinking that I've got this far and then coming to a point where, you know, you're just back to square one again. That just must be horrible. So I'm just going to put a little bit of eyeshadow on. I'm just going to use 1 or 2 eyeshadows. I'm just doing basic look today. I'm literally going to Slimming World today to get weighed. So I just don't want to scare anybody with my skin. We've been in such bad condition at the minute. For myself, should I say. I know that some other people's skin is a lot worse than mine, and so I'm not saying anything bad about that, but for me, my skin makes me feel really self-conscious. So yeah, the food at Slimming World will hopefully keep me on the right track to just gaining baby weight, and I'm hoping to lose at least a stone and a half before I get to the point in my pregnancy where I start to put weight on. Oh, sorry, like baby weight. One of my other friends got pregnant, and she literally just put a bump on, and that's exactly what I want to do. I want to stay really healthy, really hydrated. I've got to say, I've never drunk so much water since starting IVF. If you don't drink a lot of water, like if you're trying to get pregnant, definitely do, because it definitely helps keep your body in a condition that you want to create decent quality eggs. And I thought, like I was saying, I thought I'd have a lot more than the one embryo that I ended up with, and I did everything, literally everything, sorry, to try and get decent embryos. I wasn't eating bad food, I wasn't drinking, I don't smoke anyway, drinking a lot of water, taking vitamins, eating the food that would add extra minerals and vitamins into my diet naturally. But thank God it worked first time. So for the past 7 weeks, or 5 weeks that we've known we're pregnant, because obviously it took 2 weeks to do the implantation and whatnot, I've literally just been on cloud 9, literally the happiest I've felt in a long time. I feel like I've lost myself a little bit over the last few years, and probably my husband would agree. I just like, just the stress of it, of every month trying, your sex life just becomes about trying to get pregnant, and every time you think, oh, I'm not going to try and think about it, or you, like, if my husband was stressing, he'd be like, I can't do it just to get pregnant. I couldn't shut off from it. I couldn't think, let's just be me and you. I was literally, every time, that's the end goal, to get pregnant. So I can't wait to have this baby, because I'm sure even throughout this pregnancy I'm going to be extremely worried to be like that with my husband anyway. So I can't wait to have this baby and then just get back to being myself again, and just being how me and my husband were before even thinking about getting pregnant. So that's a future goal mine, and obviously to have a really healthy baby. So I'm just going to put the same colour just underneath my eyes as well, just to open my eyes up a little bit. Now, a few of my family members have said that they think I'm going to have a boy. Now, obviously, I've tried for 3 years. I wouldn't care less if I gave birth to a dog, to be fair. Obviously I would, I'm just joking, but like, I don't care what I have. I just want like a super healthy baby. No health issues for he or she. And yeah, that's what I want. My husband said that he would like a boy, but he doesn't care either way. But if he could hand pick a baby, it would be a boy. I can't imagine having a girl. I'd love a girl, I've got to say. But when you think about like holding your baby, or just like the colour of the nursery or whatever, I just see blue. I don't know why. Like all my family think I'm gonna have a boy as well, so we're definitely gonna find out when we're 20 weeks, if not before. I'm quite good at guessing from the 12-week scans what it is, so I'm quite excited to get to the 12-week scan and try and work out what we're having. One of my other friends did a really cute thing, because they found out near Christmas just gone, what they were having like a couple of weeks before, so they got their nurses to put the boy or girl in an envelope so they could open it on Christmas Day. So they put it in like a little Christmas box, wrapped it up, and then opened it up on Christmas Day and found out. But I think we're 4 weeks ahead of them for what they were, so I think we're going to end up finding out November what we're having, and there's no way I will be able to wait and see what we're having. But I think that's a really nice idea for anyone else that's like closer to Christmas and it's only got to wait an extra couple of weeks. I think picking baby names is going to be an argument for me and my husband. I've got two names, a boy and a girl, that I've had for years, one of which my husband picked for a boy years ago and I love it, and then one that I like for a girl, which I'm hoping my husband's going to come round to, sorry. But like I said, we'll probably end up having a boy anyway. Not anything wacky, but just different from like a straight up English name. It's been proven, and there's been a lot of research on children's names, that if you call them a different, other than the norm, names like Elizabeth, Rachel, Claire, or whatever, that they progress further in their life, in their careers and things, because they get a lot more confidence that they know that they've been spoken to. So if you've got like 3 Sarahs in a room, in a classroom, let's say like a teacher shouts Sarah, there's 3 Sarahs got to figure out, oh, Ellie, you are speaking to me. But if there's one like different name, how I want, we've got a spare bedroom and I've got an idea of how I want like the nursery to be set out, and I've never allowed myself to think about it before, and literally I'm about ready for a new mascara. This seems to be drying up. I don't really know what new mascara to get. Again, leave a comment down below if you know any good new mascaras that have just come out. I'd be interested in trying a new one. High-end or drugstore, I don't mind either. This is definitely drying out. I'm just going to do a couple of coats of that, as with it being quite dry, it's not really doing much for my eyelashes. I'll do. So the camera cut off while I was doing my mascara, so I finished that. I'm just going to use a little bit of Absolute Flawless by Makeup Revolution, just their like nudie lipstick. smells really nice, like vanilla. It's quite nice. This was £1 from Superdrug. She tried to charge me £3 for it, but it said £1 on the thing, so I said to her it's £1, and because they'd advertised it at £1, they had to give it me at that. Good old trading standards. So I'm just going to spritz a little bit of Makeup Revolution Pro Fix setting spray. And that's the finished look. So thank you for sticking around and listening to why I've not been here and my recent story. It's the best story that I've ever told in my life for me. It's the best news we've ever had, and yeah, if you're interested in sticking around and watching how I get on and how I progress through my pregnancy, and obviously makeup tutorials and beauty tutorials and whatnot thrown in, then please stick around. Remember to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, bye.